welcome to the 26th episode of the Stuff We Like, Stuff We Hate podcast. I am one of your hosts, Dr. Law, and joining us today, as always, we have...
Big Mo B.
All right, and...
The Archangel David.
And...
Your boy Unidentified Madman.
All right. So, yeah, we have a lot to talk about today. I, again, have chosen another DC background. I am in Gotham City again. I'm not in the Batcave anymore. I have moved out. So, Archangel David is somewhere in space. And
hey, I'm out here in the Mass Effect universe.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
He really Captain Marvel.
Right. That's what he's doing. He's being Captain Marvel.
hey, Black Panther be out in space too now. Don't knock it.
Intergalactic Kingdom of Wakanda, but that's not a subject for today. So, all right, Madman, you go ahead and fire first. What is your like for this week?
My like for this week is there is a new Batman animated offering, right? I'm just gonna go right into that one, and it is called Soul of the Dragon. It's an animated offering, and it takes place in the 1970s, and it is completely Kung Fu based.
Really?
Think of Enter the Dragon and Bruce Lee and Jim Kelly and what have you. It's done in that exact same vein. Richard Dragon is going to be there. Ben Turner, who we all know is Bronze Tiger, Lady Shiva. Like it's like old school 70s Ben Turner with the afro, right? This is all 70s based.
Dude,
man. So yeah, that's going to be the move. That's their new animated offering. I saw that. And there's a little clip of it online. It looks good, right? It's the same Batman animated series teams that's still working at, and they really do good with their animation anyway.
So it's like Paul Dini, like BTAS style?
Kind of.
Okay.
Kind of. It's kind of between that and what was it? The other Batman that came a few years ago.
What, the one that looked like Jackie Chan's Adventures?
Yeah. Yes. No, not that one. That's the Jeff Matsuda one you're thinking of. No, it was Brave and the Bold.
Okay, the Brave and the Bold.
Combination
Gotcha.
of those two.
Okay.
But it's literally them in the 70s. Everybody else is in their 70s attire, but of course, Bats is in Bats' attire. But we get Bronze Tiger with the afro, so I'm good.
Yo.
Getting Bronze Tiger. Personally.
How about my boy Richard Dragon finally getting some love?
Right?
I'm not trying to be funny, but DC act like this man don't exist, and he's number one on their kung fu train. Number one, above Shiva, above Bruce, above Bronze Tiger. He was the number one fighter in the DC universe. So how they forget about this man until now?
Well, let's be happy that we're getting it, bro. Let's not turn it into a hate.
Oh, it ain't a hate. I'm happy. Yo, I finally get to see this dude lay it down. Although I'm probably going to get mad when I see it because they're probably going to let Batman beat everybody.
Right.
Well, you already know. Well, yeah, he'll win the rematch as always. So cool.
Always.
Okay. That's your one like. What about you,
Yeah,
Big?
those are his classmates.
What you got, brother?
Who, me?
Yeah, what are you liking?
What I'm liking this week, it was a surprise when my wife was like, let's watch this show that's on HBO.
Oh.
Ooh, I know what you're talking about.
Right. I'm like, okay, well, we could try. We did it, and we hooked it up, and I'm not expecting much. I'm going to be honest with you. But Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country, that's right.
That is a huge like for me right now. I was completely blown away by it. Listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
So Peele brought it back. He back on the train again.
Hey man. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. At first, I didn't like the period because of what's going on during this time, but it all blends. It all works. It blends. It's a good show. It really is a good show. I was sitting back hating life because I'm used to binge watching off of Netflix, and I can't watch the whole season. I gotta wait. I got 2 episodes. The first episode It's free on YouTube for you. It's just out there for free, and that was the hook. I literally signed up right after that episode for HBO Max. Said I wasn't gonna do it. I did it.
What? You got HBO Max? What?
Oh wow. I got it for free, so I'm good.
Yeah, I got it all for free too. But still, like, yeah, I definitely will co-sign on it because I think one of you nudged me about watching Lovecraft Country. And yeah, I sat and I binge watched it. What was it, Sunday night? I was just up doing something late at night, and I just watched both episodes. And I was like, damn, like, I agree with you. This is so good. Like, it's man, like, yeah, just the horror, the metaphors, like how it opens up when Homeboy is having a daydream about being in, World War or the Korean War and Carter of Mars. Like, that was awesome.
Well, and you got to think, one of the good things about this show right now is like a lot of people have, yes, Jordan Peele put his muscle behind it, but really a lot of this is being spearheaded and handled by a sister by the name of Misha Green.
Yep.
She is actually an executive producer on the show, but she also shares in those writing credits for the show. And she will live tweet with everyone during the show. That show has been one of those shows where for the past 2 weeks, it's been watch Lovecraft Country. Let's all go jump on Twitter. And I love it. I love it. That's our new Sunday night, 9:00. I let the wife watch it. She was like, oh, yeah, let's do this. And so last Sunday, it was, hey, it's 9:00. Let's go.
Listen, my wife does not like scary movies. And I mean, her sister hasn't even watched Thriller.
Wow.
Scary. Like, none of them watch any type of scary movies. So, I'm suffering because I grew up in all of that. So I have to watch it alone. Not a problem. She said, let's watch this. I heard it was good. I know it's going to be a little scary. She loved it.
And it's intense considering we've only had 2 episodes.
Right.
We're only 2 episodes in, and it's like, holy crap, where are we going from here?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's good, man. I had my fingers crossed. HBO need another hit like this.
They did.
Hopefully this sticks around for a little while.
Yeah.
Not too long where it gets to a point where it's bad, but
Right.
just the right amount of time where you'll still love it. And 10 years from now, you'll watch that thing on HBO again, like The Wire.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, they have a nice pool in the scary genre, and Lovecraft he's known for stuff.
Oh yeah. I'm fully expecting Cthulhu to show up.
I think in one of the trailers, I thought Cthulhu did show up.
He did in a dream sequence.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Remember with the Jackie Robinson sequence, the
Yeah.
John Carter of Mars.
That was super lit. Jackie Robinson destroying Cthulhu with a bat, not once but twice.
But twice.
Dude, that was awesome.
But here's the thing: the cool thing is that the writing in the show, they're not pulling any punches
No.
with how this works with history, what things mean to people whatsoever. Like when they're having that discussion on walking off the bus about John Carter of Mars, which of the book, but she says, wait, he was a Confederate soldier? And he goes, yeah. She goes, huh, okay then.
Right.
He wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Right? She called it to the carpet. And that's a honest gut level reaction, especially from someone probably around that time period that's been through things that are going on. Super poignant. Or when Journey goes running out of the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Restaurant scene.
Yeah. Restaurant scene was crazy.
Why did they do the White House white again?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I love how they drop little jewels, in there. So that
there are plenty of people that do not know that, right? I've had friends go, wait, that's what really happened? I'm like, yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what happened.
Bro.
Oh man, after they did The Watchmen the way they did it, I don't expect HBO to hold any punches when it comes to stuff like this, man. They put it on Front Street. They're willing to talk about things that other networks won't even touch.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And it's based off of a book that I'm gonna try to go out and read it. And just like Madman mentioned, there is a companion podcast that they do for every single episode, and I've started listening to that, where Misha Green and another lady are on the podcast, and it's hilarious. Like, I mean, you think they don't pull punches on the show? Listen to the podcast, like, for real.
Okay, why did you do that tonight? That will happen.
Yeah. It's really good. It's very good, very insightful, and they talk about the characters in a very matter-of-fact way. One last thing I'll say about that, now I know we got to get to Archangel David's is that I love the fact that pretty much most of the characters in the show are geeky. Like one, the aunt is into astronomy, and she's talking about, constellations and going to the, observatory and stuff like that. The conversation that Tick and Letty have about being in the science fiction club in high school. Like, I love that. And then how the uncle, is the same way. So they're all like really super like geeky people that shows that we existed as geeks, even way back then. Which we
even the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter who constantly, every time he travels, draws him a new comic book, which is drawn by Afua Richardson here in Atlanta.
Yep. That's dope. Yeah, that's really, really dope. Shout out to Dr. Fu for that. So yeah, Lovecraft Country, folks. Good, really good, like Big Mo B. Archangel David, what you got?
All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and give it to DC today, bro, because DC fandom was pretty lit. I didn't know what to expect from their virtual conference, man, but they dropped some gems in there. And that whole presentation with Jim Lee creating the backdrop, and they just kind of in this 2D/3D world, green screened in, it worked out for me. I loved almost everything about that guy. I was just pissed that you had to wait till 8 o'clock to see that Suicide Squad game reveal, but it was still worth it to see that trailer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Who we gonna kill again?
Oh yeah, that should have been the end right there. It's the end of the game right there.
Like, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it's just like, come on, man. Supes pop up and he killing people. You ain't beating no Superman that's killing people, and you a human character. It's over, bro.
I would have dipped out already.
Oh, my man is heat visioning folks like that.
The action they had was the most honest reaction I saw in a long time. That all hope is lost. Look on their faces.
Oh yeah, because that's what it is, bro. And just picture, if he evil, Shazam probably evil too. You really have no hope, bro.
Yeah.
He hits him in the face with a boomerang off screen.
Yeah.
That's just so long.
What he gonna do? He gonna throw a boomerang at Superman?
But he did.
You gonna come off at this man with some bullets, bro?
Look, if I'm finna to die, I'm going out swinging. I get it.
Yo,
Yeah.
They had nobody on that team, man, that would survive that encounter. It would take 2 seconds at the most for it to end.
The shark dude looked like he was in fandom awe when he showed up.
Yeah. King Shark is a shark.
Yeah. I thought that.
Look, and let's point out the fact that we are now getting King Shark multiple ways this year.
Yeah.
We have gotten him on the CW.
Yep.
Got him in the game.
Yep.
And now we have him in Suicide Squad.
Yeah. And we had him in the, that last featurette too. For the goodbye for the New 52 animated universe. He was in there. King Shark is a shark.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good light, man.
Yo, man.
Right.
And the Arkham game, man. The Gotham Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Gotham Knights looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to play it. I'm hyped for it. Granted, I'm a little confused how that's not a continuation of the Arkham universe.
I think,
even though it fits perfectly in, but the Suicide Squad game is supposed to be, and it doesn't fit at all. So they're gonna have to explain that to me, man.
Yeah,
they got to explain that.
Like, I hope they do.
They said, we're not explaining anything. Just cut the check. Go and buy it. Cut the check.
I think if anything, they'll probably drop some Easter eggs to show how they're knit, together or not. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, fandom was awesome, and that's actually going to be one of my likes. I know you were excited about Suicide Squad, Archangel David, but Dr. Law was all about that Batman-ish. right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. My next thing is Batman related, but it don't have nothing to do with DC fandom, so you'll still have yours.
Yeah.
The Three Jokers, bruh. My God, issue 1 of that book. Yeah, if you don't have it, go get that ish. Read that. The art off the flipping chain, bruh. The story off the chain. The book blew me away. I wish DC would give the same love to the rest of the characters that they give to Batman. We know Batman keep the lights on, but if you can write this well and you can pay these great artists, that means you can do it for some other characters too. At least get your big 3 on a level playing field. At least get the big 3.
Ain't gonna happen. We keeping the lights on in that piece, bruh.
You know, or at least make sure Justice League is as good as Batman comics because he's in it. You know?
Yeah.
Look it up.
They did. It's called Dark Knight's Metal. That's how
yeah.
That's what it is. The Batmanification of everybody. You know?
Oh God. You know, while I'm not a big fan of Deceased didn't do it for me. You know, I think it's just their second hooray into zombies. But
you
Three Jokers,
zombies.
Right.
Three Jokers did it.
Very, very copycatish, you know, with the Marvel zombie thing. Which, you know,
I mean, they already did it with the Black Lanterns, right?
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
And the Black Lanterns was done well. This just feels so drug out.
Yeah, Blackest Night was a good run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, culminating all the whole emotional spectrum, like for sure. For sure.
Yes.
All right. So you got your 2 likes. Let me get mine in. All right. So capping off on fandom, like I said, the Batman trailer, like, did it for me. I'm still not really sold with Pattinson as being Batman, but I'm totally sold on everybody else. Jeffrey Wright's gonna make an awesome Commissioner Gordon. Colin Farrell being the Penguin, like Zoe Kravitz getting her Catwoman on. Like, I just thought that was awesome. And then the Riddler, we actually are going to see a prime predator alpha level Riddler. Like, finally, the Riddler is no joke and is out cold in that whole thing. So I was super stoked about, you know, seeing that in fandom. And I guess my second one is I'm trying to go between either Wonder Woman or the Snyder Cut. Just seeing it. No, I'm gonna go to Snyder Cut, right? I'm gonna go to Snyder Cut because you know, initially, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I was against it. I'm like, why are they trying to get, you know, this movie remade? It's already released, it's finished and done. But dude, after seeing like the new footage and seeing what's gonna happen, we're gonna get so much more, you know, explanation and backstory about what's gonna happen. Oh man, like I see you shaking your head, man. I know you're gonna have a rebuttal there.
Oh no, I'm with you, Dr. Law. I got your back on this.
All right, I love it. All right, so heads up. So what's your comment, man? What do you think, Bass?
Go ahead, Bass.
It didn't do it for you?
I'm done with it. JLA is a done deal. The movie was okay when it came out. I don't want to see a rehash. I just don't. I want you to move forward. I want you to flesh out the other characters like you should have done in the beginning, and then bring me to JLA again. Just reboot. I'm sorry, reboot. I don't want to go back and see because we screwed up the first time and we did whatever. This is what we put out. We don't like it. We're gonna do it again. With half the movie being exactly what you saw in the other half, we're just gonna rehash that and add some stuff, and we're gonna make it better. It's a better shit show.
I felt the same way as you, bro. But then I saw that footage, man. I had to stop and think about this. I remember what it was like watching Dawn of Justice in the theaters. And then I remember what it was like watching it at home when I watched the extended cut and got to see what he actually made versus what WB allowed to be in the theaters because they were trying to run the movie so many times per day and just wanted to make their money. They felt like 2 completely different films. This movie is going to be 4 hours long now. That's a whole new movie.
Yeah.
That's a whole new movie. And what I saw intrigued me. Because you know, I was like you, hands down. It was, man, keep it moving. But now I want to see what it was supposed to be.
You the new brotherly love version of you right now?
No, heck no. I'm about to get in it later. I ain't changed at all. But you know, I can give props where they do. The man didn't get to make his film.
See, here's my fear. You already had me sit down for 2 hours. And for 2 hours, I sat here, and what you pieced together, whoever in control pieced together, did not work out the way you wanted it to. So you're going to say, screw it, we're going to pick everything about the floor, we're going to choose some other stuff, we're going to put all this thing together, we're going to master work it. Now it's going to be 4 hours. If this is successful, do I have to sit through 12 hours of a new version of Star Wars? Because they're about to do the same thing.
No, there's no saving that shit. No.
Oh, they're going to try. I'm going to get into that.
Yeah. There's no saving those movies. But
they kill Luke. I'm so disgusted with redos and retries. Here's your shot. If you screw it up, let's move on to something else. You got the opportunity. It's not like the Justice League is dead. You can reboot this later. Plus the characters come out with a part 2 and let it be better. That's all you got to do. Yeah. I'm sorry. If the X-Men could do it, because we know they put out some turds, and then they messed around and started
all turds.
Yeah.
Every time.
X-Men got like 2 good movies.
Good to me. Huh?
All right. So here was my hang up. And it's not necessarily that he's getting to recut the film the way he wants to. I know a lot of directors don't get Final Cut, right? And they get studios that get greedy and chop things down. And you're like, man, like seriously, like what I compare it to, if they would have done Endgame the way they did Justice League and chop it down the way they want it, that would have been an entirely different film and it wouldn't have been good, right?
I don't know.
I'm okay with that piece. Here's the piece I'm not okay with, and I wasn't okay with it in the other movie, and I'm not okay with it in this one. So everyone made such a big deal about Darkseid showing up. And then I see the dark side that you put on the plate, right? And if I'm used to filet mignon, you can't put a Wendy's patty on my plate and expect me to just eat it and tell me this is going to be filet mignon. No, this is still Wendy's, okay? I'm okay with Wendy's, but don't sell me Wendy's as filet mignon because it's not. I saw Darkseid and I went, what is this turd on my screen? I'm turning into David right now, okay? I'm just let you know.
I like it.
Right? I hate it.
Man, we're seeing a whole new side of you right
how Steppenwolf even looked, right?
Yeah.
Remember, he started out as that metallic thing, then he went to the kind of humanoid thing, which I was okay with. But it's like, come on, man. You're supposed to be Darkseid. He's sitting there with a big Omega symbol scar on his chest and everything, looking like, yo, there are dudes right now that are in freshman and college classes right now that are building 3D scale models that look like that, right? So when we're used to this over here, especially with that budget, right? When you have that kind of budget, I expect you to bring it. Regardless of how it was cut, you didn't bring it visually.
I feel you, but that has been a problem even with the Dawn of Justice thing when they showed Doomsday. They're 3D animated characters. They are not Industrial Light Magic, and it shows.
And
then who is Industrial Light Magic? Like the only people I think that can compete with them is Square Enix. So I get it. And I also get that that's not Darkseid when he gets all the power and takes his role. That's supposed to be like a shot at the past before he changed.
Oh, that was back when he was like still smoking crack. And
clearly when he was still scrawny
after he gets better.
And he ain't took the other guy's power yet. But I don't know what's going to play out until I see it. I need to see it. What's the fact? I'm going to get to see it for free. So I can't even argue with that.
We don't care. They want my money. They want my time. I don't want to see it. I tell you what, when they made Darkseid, it should be a part 2. It needs to be better. That's what they needed to do. They needed to take the time to put the budget together, to put the script together, and get this thing right, flesh out the rest of the characters, let us fall in love with these folks, because a lot of people that's paying to see these movies didn't grow up with these people like we did. So I'm telling you, they should. This is just a waste of time and money. I'm sorry. It just is. He's right. This is Wendy's.
Yeah,
Mrs. Wendy's.
look, I treat it like this, right? It's like Kanye's mental health. If you got access to money like that, you should be able to get help. Snyder has access to money in a budget like that. You should be able to put a better visual on my plate.
I agree. I want to know why they keep running with that same group that did the visuals.
Man.
When the group that did the Superman Man of Steel movie was way better. So
Much better.
I don't know why that's what we're getting, but that may not be the final look of it either. So he still got time. I'm gonna have to wait and see. I'm gonna take a wait and see approach on this.
Hey, I'm gonna take
because
a wait
I was
and
mad
see at
too.
the barbershop on Friday when the dude comes through with the DVDs. I will see it then.
Oh well, see, I mean, it's
out.
going to HBO Max. It's not supposed to go to theaters.
Oh, good. Then, all right.
So yeah, I mean, Bash, you basically already paid for it since you
might
bought HBO Max.
I didn't pay for that.
Watch it.
I paid for Lovecraft Country, and I paid for the new the guy that just made Prometheus. What is his name?
Ridley Scott.
Oh, Ridley Scott.
Yeah, that guy. The new series.
That looked fire.
Something.
Yeah, he continues his obsession with robots. So
it looked good though. It looks so good.
It does. Now the story needs to be there.
Yeah.
And he has a whole playing field. He ain't chopping up my past and messing up a great villain. I mean, he's a great villain. The aliens are perfect villains. He ain't playing with that. He ain't making them some kind of man-made thing and all this other crap he did in Prometheus. Oh, that makes my head hurt. All right, let's keep going.
we in the hate realm now, right? It's hate time.
So go ahead.
Is it hate time? And
then we'll snake back around. So go ahead. It's hate time.
All right. Well, let me just start off by saying F Kathleen Kennedy, because I'm going to hate on her every week that she give me a reason to hate on her. She need to sit down and shut the hell up. This chick, man, actually got on the rap and basically just reneged on all the crap she had been saying. So, before she came out and they was hollering all that noise about how they don't have anything to write from. They don't have any novels. They don't have any video games. And their writers are just doing everything from scratch the best they can, kind of BS. And now this chick go do an interview with The Wrap and basically says they're just now discovering that Star Wars has got 40 years of history that spans 25,000 years of mythology.
Well, that's a lot.
She just now knows this. They just now know this. Disney has just now figured this out. As if they didn't pay them billions of dollars for that 40 years of history and $25K worth of mythology.
Listen, we think it ain't our fault that the fandom told them the day they bought it, the very next day they said, yeah, we throwing everything away. We only gonna take the movies, this TV show, and this cartoon. Everything will happen.
That was her direction. That was her direction. She chose that and then tried to go tell the fans, oh, well, the movie sucked because of this reason. As if she ain't the reason. You try to reflect onto something.
The movies were good and we should suck it up.
No, I'm gonna tell you why she's doing this. I mean, she has her own backdoor reason. It ain't for love of the fans or actual care of the franchise, because the woman considers the Skywalker saga to be over. She knew that George wanted 9 movies to finish the saga out. She so-called gave him his 9 movies. She ignored the script that he wrote and wrote the characters into the ground to produce this trash that we've been dealing with. But it don't stop there. There's a reason she want that old school back. It's because she wants to ruin the old school lore with this new TV show that her and this chick are making. This show, man, everything I'm hearing through the grapevine is trash. And it involves one of our favorite people, Dr. Law.
Ooh.
Brie Larson. She is worming her way into Star Wars. And in almost the exact same way that she wormed her way into the Marvel Universe. They are literally finna make a show about this woman being the most powerful Force-using character in the Star Wars universe. They're gonna vault her up to the top.
I can't.
Give her a separate Jedi Order, all her own. Make it to where she has old school abilities like Jason, flow walking and stuff like that, so she can go back in time and grab all the knowledge from all the pre-Sith and Jedi orders and have all that knowledge in herself that makes her the smartest person, and then give her a totally new type of connection through the Force to make her the most powerful.
And rename the Jedi Order the Skywalker Order or some shit. What did they just do in the other movie?
Oh, well, she named herself Skywalker. But this ain't got nothing to do with that. They're gonna go get Maeve out from the old Republic universe and make her Bree, and then totally change her story around. So she wants to take a dump on Star Wars history, and oh my God, they're letting her do this. I don't get it.
Wow.
They pulled her out of the other shows and the movies. They pulled her away from that stuff. You know, they had the good sense to know that she needs to walk away from that, but they're still letting her have this show. I don't get why. Why are you going to piss the fans off? And we all know what it's for. I mean, that F word, it's all through our little stuff that we love right now. And she going to make sure she stamp on it heavy before she get kicked out the door. I don't know, man. I can't do it. I can't do it.
You're going to end up loving it.
Oh, hell no.
You're going to end up loving it. Watch.
Oh,
this
no.
going to backfire on you.
I'm not even going to watch that trash, bro. If she finishes it, see, I don't own Disney Plus.
Give it a shot. Gotta give it a shot.
Nope. I will give it none of my time, dog. The arrogance of this woman and Brie Larson. For real? You're going to sit here and think that, oh, well, you know, if I'm going to do Star Wars, I have to be better than everybody else that's ever been in Star Wars before. Just like when I come into Marvel, I got to be more powerful than everybody else.
Look, but let's keep it real. In Star Wars, it's not that hard to be better than most of the people that end up showing up. Like, people want to love Luke, but like doing all my rewatches and everything else, I'm like,
well, no. Luke don't get good until the books. When he becomes Grandmaster. And this chick is making an order where there's a rank higher than Grandmaster, and she's going to be in it.
It's that happening.
That's pretty good.
Look, it's not hard. It's not hard. I mean,
dude, by the time Luke was Grandmaster, he was an unstoppable force of nature. If I sat here and listed his abilities and what he did with them,
I'm pretty sure someone would come along and hand it to him. He's Skywalker. They cried too much.
Like this. As of right now, they killed Luke off. He drank some pig milk.
Good.
He showed up as a Force ghost.
Yeah, they're going to retcon some of that too, by the way.
There ain't no retcon. See, we just got to talking about that. You already killed him off.
I would be okay even if they said after The Force Awakens everything was just a bad dream. I would totally be okay with that.
No, I'm not willing to give them an out on that.
I need them to just come out and say none of that shit happened.
Yeah.
And just go back.
It's a bad dream. Oops, you know.
Yep.
Look, I really need them to do, which is what happened in part of the books, right? Which is the
Vaughn.
What's the name of the? There's a reason why the Empire was doing some of the stuff that they were doing, and that was because the whatchamacallit were coming. And I
using Vaughn.
Yeah, the Vaughn.
Using Vaughn. Right. It's like, no, all of this is coming, right? I'm happy that we are past all the Skywalker stuff so that we can get to other stuff, right? Because I'm like, you know, Clone Wars did a much better job than any of the movies with any of this. I'm like, hands down, between that and books, right, made me give a crap about Star Wars again. But when I go back and rewatch, I'm like, boy, your ass couldn't lift a plane out of the smoke, and you cried all the time. I need you to step up, right? Like, when you go back and do the rewatch, Leia was tougher than him for most of it.
Oh yeah. I mean,
he don't get. I'm gonna choke this big slug out while you sit there and cry about it.
Watch of the original Star Wars movie, and we did a drinking game to take a drink every time Luke whines. And you could do a lot of drinking on just the first Star Wars. Seriously.
But that's what we're saying. The first Star Wars was Vader's story.
Hold on.
It's not Luke's story.
Hold on, Big Monkey.
That only watched the movies and then later got introduced to the comics. When Luke shot was after he took his dad down.
Yep.
At that point, he became a beast. He really became and came into his own. And
but let's not play around. That he fought old Vader. Vader was already old and haggard by then. Young Vader would have handed that ass.
Oh yeah. But that's because Luke was untrained at that point. But by the time Luke is a grandmaster, his father didn't want none of him.
But that's my point.
Luke could
that's
do.
my point. By the time Luke got to the point where we all revere him, where everybody loves him, remember all that has gotten thrown away in canon. It's
ain't nothing thrown away to me. I don't believe the Kathleen Kennedy bullshit.
That's you.
I'm an expanded universe true fanboy, and real fanboys don't follow that Kathleen Kennedy bullshit.
I got you. You can call it what you want, but the people that own it said all that other stuff is out the door. Funny. So the only thing we can hold on to, literally the only thing we can hold on to about Luke is what they put in the second movie. Because in the first movie, they built him up. We got to go find Luke. We need to find Luke.
Well, that's not true either, because the
he was sitting off depressed on the planet some goddamn well, drinking green milk, upset.
Blue.
Loses a fight to someone that hasn't even been trained.
Milk.
Yeah. Almost do this. Come on, man.
Hey. Everybody lost a fight to that girl who hadn't been trained yet.
This version of Luke.
She didn't lose until she trained.
All right.
Matches
all right.
what we saw for the first three movies, the last three movies. They did not do him any respect. They did not. They literally threw away everything.
Yep.
So it makes sense to see what we just saw if you think about it. So again, at this point, it's a dead horse. The Skywalker saga is over. They don't need to. They killed it. They shot it in the head. It's laid in the bread. It's done. It's in the grave.
It ain't over because Bob ain't having that. Bob want his Star Wars money.
Right.
I agree, man. Let's move forward. We got other things to do.
Tell him, Dr. Law, hit him with that lightning.
I'm hitting you with the lightning right now.
Force lightning that fool. Let me tell you something. Bob want his money.
Your clones.
Bob want his money, and Bob is forcing them to retcon a lot of that bull that happened so that they can try and clean it up and get it more like Star Wars so they can move forward off of fan respect because they realize that's where the money is.
Well, not just that, but I think that they have really, what they've done is they have boxed themselves into a corner from a narrative perspective. I mean, Disney is really reluctant to take a whole lot of risks because a lot of the things that they've done, they just haven't had the proper guidance, which is why the films were so terrible. Limited Filoni involvement, all that stuff. But the funny thing is I think they realized that once they started reaching back and pulling things out of what they deemed legends, that actually resonated. And those ideas were good because they had been, thought about, scripted, everything well executed. So I think that's the reason why they're going back is that they're like, hell, this stuff was great. Like we can actually pull more ideas out of this and we can see it on the small screen and the big screen. So it's going to come out of the comics and the novels and maybe we'll actually see it. That's why I think that it's great. It's not necessarily that I'm not necessarily just excited that she's going to somehow retcon or fix the issues with the current trilogy, but that she's going to actually go back and bring in what was now deemed legends and maybe that will be canon again.
Yeah, that's what they need. But it took The Mandalorian, it took a good-ass video game, and it took some well-written comics for them to show what people actually want. Well, and that crap that she was making wasn't selling. She had a failed Star Wars movie. That's unheard of in history.
No, not just movies.
Yep. So it took them to reach back to get it. And the people at Disney, man, they hemorrhaging money. They need this to work. They couldn't sell no merch. And that's a big part of it because after the movie is done, Star Wars merch is supposed to sell for 20 years.
Yeah.
That's what it was doing. That's what they bought. And they couldn't do that. They couldn't move that crap off the shelves.
Yeah.
That's true. Like, as the person in the group that buys those Black Series toys, most of the merch for those movies did not sell well at all. It's crazy.
You can
The
still
older merch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, I'm selling some of it on Mercari right now.
Dude, you can buy stuff for $1 in places.
Yes, there's a lot of stuff like Ray is a $5 figure, right? Like they're the original Finn. That's a $5 figure. Like, no one's like holding on to that. But here's the deal: if you look at, they just re-released Clone Wars. Who was it? This Kit Fisto that I have right here, and then Plo Koon. You can't find those nowhere. I mean, people are snatching them up. They're re-releasing a bunch of the Clone Wars Clone Commandos, right?
Yeah.
Snatching those up, and they're up in value. The stuff from those movies does not sell well
because it's not real Star Wars, bro. That's why it don't sell. It's not Star Wars. People don't buy fake ass Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars. They want the
Put it
real
this way:
Star
the
Wars.
Troopers outsell the regular figures.
It's true, and that's because the Troopers look cool. I agree.
Yeah.
The Troopers do not sell. There is a 40th. Okay, and sorry, I'm gonna jump in just real fast, but because my big hate was the fact that the Star Wars concept, the Star Wars Celebration concept, Funko figures, Funko crashed again. Funko, you suck. You really, really suck. But with that being said, they do have like a cool concept Boba Fett and a cool concept large Stormtrooper that you're probably not going to be able to find. Just to go back to what you were saying, Madman, about the Troopers.
Yeah, those sell out. They've been doing, finally they upgrade 40th anniversary, I guess, editions where they're the 6-inch versus the 3 and 3.75.
Mm-hmm.
Those are selling, right? Those are like there's a Han Solo, there's a Princess Leia, there's a couple of Stormtroopers, the Boba Fett. Those are selling, but outside of that, the movie stuff. Like, who was it? There are the 2 figures right now I can think of flat out, and it's Rose Tico, and there's Benicio del Toro's character, DJ from that Middle movie. Well, I don't even remember the name of it. I just call it the Middle movie, right? His character, right? Normally, Star Wars has done a great job of crafting interest in little tiny characters that don't have that much screen time.
Right.
And I can tell you Rose Tico, who had way more screen time, and DJ, who was Benicio del Toro's character, those things did not sell at all. You can find them everywhere in abundance right now on the like stores can't give those things away on clearance.
Nope. I see the Funko Pops all the time. $5. No one wants that ish. They're gonna have to cycle that, bro. For real.
She was hated, bro. Her character was super hated.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's move on. Big Moby, what's your hate or dislike?
Actually, it's an old one.
Okay.
I ended up watching some episodes of a long time show that we watched growing up. And I have to say that the treatment of Mum-Ra was wrong. He was actually correct in his whole thing. I hated Thundercats. And I went back and watched this whole show, and I realized that they invaded, basically. I understand you being much marooned off your own planet, but you don't just come and take over somebody else's stuff. Like, they just showed up and took over the planet. Just start taking over. Oh, you shouldn't be doing this over here. Put your views on me. I would have called the evil spirit to get you on my planet too. It's crazy.
They could have let him borrow the Eye of Thunder for a little bit. You're supposed to share. It was a kid's show, right? They taught us to share as kids, right? Why he ain't sharing
the planet? They want to kill
share the soul, Mum-Ra.
Wow.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all ain't got to agree. But you it is what it is.
I'm right there with you, Bass. I'm a Mum-Ra fan. He should have kicked they behind.
Doc,
That's why I like
do
the
we
comics.
have a T-Bubble T-shirt somewhere that says "Mum Ra was right for these two"?
Yes.
I think they need.
Yes.
We need to make them. We totally need to make
Yes.
Mum Ra was right.
Hey, Mum Ra won in the end. Lionel got trapped in the Book of Omens. Mum Ra took over and enslaved his people. Okay.
I mean, look at that. We got a kid who is still mentally a kid in a grown man's body telling a whole group of Thunder Smurfs what to do. I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Thunder
That don't work.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about it like that, but it makes a lot of sense, man. Man, what is your gripe or hate?
I said it. That DC image of Darkseid is burned into me for real. He looks like he was in looked like one of them brothers that showed up late to the Greek step show with the brand, but on his chest. Like I'm like, come on, man, you can't dance. That's not your role.
He's gonna do a duo with his cousin, Dr. Apocalypse, or what was his name in that movie? Dr. Oz Ooze. He was supposed to be Apocalypse, but he wasn't Apocalypse.
Oh
They
God. Ivan Ooze. Power Rangers.
Oh right.
Yeah, with the chin.
Power Rangers.
Ivan Ooze.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that was my hate for the week. This week, there hasn't been too much hate going on with the things that I've watched. I've actually been just getting other stuff done, and then, with Lovecraft Country, I'm doing a rewatch of Korra, the Last Avatar.
No.
Yes, I'm enjoying it. You ain't gonna take that away from me. I'm enjoying that.
Flush that bullshit down the toilet.
No, that was good.
Hey,
That was good.
Aang all day.
That was good.
Aang all day. Korra's an idiot.
Look, I'm not saying anything against Aang. Aang has his spot.
They the same person.
I like Korra.
Korra's so sorry. She destroyed the essence of the Avatar because she
Aang ran
couldn't learn.
from every fight early on. Let's not.
God.
Okay.
We're not going to devolve into this.
Okay,
What are you doing here?
Time out for a minute. Okay, so all he's saying is that he was watching it. He did not.
Right.
Korra was
That's sacrilege right there.
He did not
I
say
sure
that.
didn't. Look, didn't say any of
Come
that,
on.
Doc.
Look, that's sacrilege. Just even watching it, it's
Right?
sacrilege.
Its existence
Right.
is sacrilege.
Ladies and gentlemen, on stuff we love, stuff we hate, he's the hate. He put the H in it.
Capital H underline bold. Yeah, he said that's sacrilege. I can't believe it. That's hilarious. But okay, so this leads me to my hate. So I know this may be controversial, but I don't care. I'm gonna get it off my chest. A lot of people talk about how certain people like us who have a lot of knowledge, we've grown up with this for years, it's been an integral part of our lives, about how we may be gatekeepers, right? And while I do think that in some cases gatekeeping can be offensive, but I think that there are positive things about gatekeeping, meaning that we are people who can educate people who say wild and crazy things that are not necessarily based on facts, but based on limited exposure to something. How do y'all feel about it?
Oh yeah, you already know, bro.
I know how you feel.
Oh, come on
This
now.
man is at the front door checking IDs, patting people down. He got the wand.
Yeah. I put the G in that shit, and I own it for real. Listen, we give out the knowledge for free. So even the term gatekeeping is bull because we have never held anything back for ourselves and not shared it with the general public. We freely share it with these simpletons that go up in these forums and type BS as if it's knowledge and put it out there to other people. We put them on the right path. We ain't gatekeeping nothing. We providing the golden bridge for you to cross to the knowledge of video games and comic books and movies and all this fandom. We helping you out. We ain't even charging the toll.
I had to sit at work and literally argue with a bunch of people that blue chick is not Professor X's sister. That is only in a movie that was grab bag characters. I literally had to educate them and take them back to the comics, bring them in and show them who his brother was and where his brother stood in all this and what kind of thug this dude was, and the fact that he could have carried a whole movie by himself, the Juggernaut. There are a lot of things that happen in these movies for them just trying to grab your money and disrespecting the Lord, whatever you want to call it. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. David's right. We try to educate you on what we know, what we grew up with, what we've read, what we buy, what we've seen. You don't have to listen, but Mumra was right. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. We giving them that toll-free to cross the bridge knowledge. That's it, right there. We ain't gatekeeping nothing. So you need to find a new term. Because that's weak sauce right there. It doesn't even fit what's going on. Man. Me and Lee have to educate fools online every now and again, man. What's old dude He-Man name running around telling people BS online all the time? Just because you cosplay doesn't mean you know what you're talking about. Anybody can cosplay. You don't necessarily have to read the source material. And he out here telling people relationships that have always been when this crap is only in the animated series, and then go around telling something, well, I shouldn't have to say it's part of the animated series. Yes, you should. You cite your knowledge. Right. Mofo, do scientists go out here and write these documents and not cite where the knowledge is coming from? Anytime you spit knowledge out there, you have to cite what your source is, because it's not an absolute.
Right. You need to qualify it. You definitely qualify. I agree with that. And the situation that you were talking about, that was one that I had with somebody that I shared, with you. And I mean, it is really upsetting. Madman, what's your take on that?
Really, I don't have one, right? I don't typically participate in it whatsoever, right? I will say what I need to say. And I'm like you guys, cite your sources, right? I'd say what I need to say and move on. I've always been, hey man, geekdom should be all inclusive, right? And I leave room for various iterations. Like when people say, well, who's your favorite Batman, right? I go Batman the Animated Series, and I can say why and the history behind it. I also know he's jumped through a gazillion hoops even now, right? When we were laughing earlier about the Batmanification of DC, that's the truth, right? So there's so many changes, and I don't typically fight the changes. If I don't like the changes, like if I don't like something that they're doing with Batman in the books, hey man, I just don't buy the book, right?
I got with your money.
Look, I got limited time. I got limited money. I don't have time to go back and forth with you on any of that, right? It's like, okay, well, this is what I'm doing over here, and I like this, and I like where this came from, right? And it's the whole, oh, well, can Shazam beat up Superman and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, because this and this and well, da, 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 da. And I'm like, man, that like life's too short for that argument. I'm like moving on. I'm like, the only time I worry about whether Superman can beat Shazam is if I'm playing Injustice 2. Then I'm like checking my levels. I'm like, okay, well, let me just whoop your ass today and be done, and we'll settle it right here on the screen. and that's the be all and end all of it, right? For me, it's like kids that come in today with Batman, whether it's from the Jeff Matsuda Batman that you saw, which actually the writing on that when I went back and rewatched it's really good, right?
It's not bad.
However, but I didn't like certain character developments. Just like in the comics, there are certain character developments and changes that get made sometimes that I don't agree with, right? And I'm like, okay, I don't like that. But if I see you cosplaying that and what have you, I don't care.
Yeah,
right?
do you.
More power to you, right? Like, I'm a huge fan of having a multiverse. People complained this week, one of those things where it was a breakdown of Batman basically beating up thugs and doing what and saying this is what the police do and what have you. And I'm like, there's some thought to that. And then finally someone came back behind and went, yeah, but hey, let's be real here. Batman's not dealing with, the public or living in a world where it's just regular stuff happening all the time. There's other things that happen all the time. When the next time you got to go in the sewer and fight an alligator man, right? As far as like Killer Croc. You don't, right? He's dealing with people like the Joker, like the Riddler. So yeah, he's violating some civil liberties here or there.
Well, but let's just look at it. Even Batman stand how Batman has actually infiltrated the police to expose corruption. Matches Malone, bruh.
Yep.
That's another thing that people don't know about. That's one of Batman's undercover identities, that
sure is.
he will use with, criminals, and police and stuff like that. So yeah. So, okay. Well, we have run a long time. We will announce the winner of the Big Mo Bees giveaway, which was the Mega Bloks old school Warthog. We'll announce that later this or early next week. But let me get to my giveaway since I'm the resident Batman stan in this piece. What I have for you is a Batman 80th anniversary box, which has a Batman 1989 Funko Pop. It actually has a Batman Beyond statue, as well as a regular Batman playing cards. It's even got a Batman shot glass and a pair of Batman socks. So you could totally be geared up with Batman on your feet if you want.
Batman flag.
That's some clean art on that box, bro. Clean art.
As a bonus, one of the things I'm going to throw in is a Wonder Woman 1984 Funko Pop that is a Target exclusive with her in the Golden Eagle armor. So if you join or subscribe to us on YouTube, if you subscribe to us on Facebook, we will give you these things for free. So just last thing I want to do is make sure you guys give some shouts out to people that you want to give shouts out to.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and give my shout out, to Mega Man because he got a new comic. Congratulations, Mega Man. That art looking clean in there too. Shout out to, Cosplay Your Way, Dr. Law's Photo Lab, Super Fit with Ree, shout out to my mom and my sisters. I hope y'all watching the show. Give a brother some likes.
Absolutely. Next. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. I would like to give a shout out to all those that want to argue with me about that. Mom Ra was right. If you got any problem, I'll talk to you about it. I have no problem. Mom Ra was right. Mega Man is a bad guy. And anything else I come up with, we're going to talk about it next week.
Man, what you got, brother?
Oh, man. Yeah, shout out to DC Comics for DC Fandom last weekend. I actually was able to work and stream the whole thing live. Had a lot of really, really good positive taste from that experience. Hey, shout out to Cosplay Your Way. Shout out to The Smoke. All of the people that we know that do cosplay that were actually shown on screen and were placeholders and what have you. Yep. Shout out to all those people. Kristen Wiig, shout out to her because she looks like she's doing a great job going from Minerva to the Cheetah. All of the guys over at Suicide Squad that was filmed here in Atlanta and out in Augusta, that looks like that's actually going to be a really foolish good time movie. And yeah, and shout out to my toy collecting fam and all my cosplay fam out there. Everybody keep their heads up. I know things have been really, really for everybody in the nation this week. Hold it down. We're supposed to be headed into Dragon Con weekend, but we're doing this.
Yeah, we are. So my shout outs will be to my Dr. Law's Photo Lab crew, Jeff, Toya, all the affiliates, Cosplay Your Way, the Cam Squad. Shout out to you all. Want to give a shout out to, all the con goers. I know, it's distressing that we're not doing any cons. Good shout out to DC Comics for doing Fandom, and we didn't talk about it, but shout out for including Milestone, the relaunch of Milestone as a special panel. So that
can't believe we didn't touch it.
And it's interesting because we talked about this on the Milestone Media page. I know the first launch is going to be Static and it's going to be Icon, but there were some of us who were chattering about Blood Syndicate. When we gonna get Blood Syndicate? And
I believe it when I see it.
No, they actually said on the post, they said just be patient. So that means that Blood Syndicate is coming, bruh. It's coming back. So
okay.
That was
they lied to us before.
Well, they had some.
So are we gonna resurrect Tech 9 or not?
Yeah, right, exactly. And I think that
I'm still mad about that.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I was a fan of Tech Nine too. But I think that the Blood Syndicate will allow them to tell some particularly poignant stories for what's going on right now. You know, us as black men, you know, we definitely feel every bit of that. So shout out to my man Calvin. Shout out to my man Peter in Germany, and you know, everybody out here loving the podcast. You know, for putting up with us old fellas just ranting about what we like and what we hate. So love you guys. Thank you guys.
Peace.
All right. Oh, and shout out to my man OP for our snazzy new podcast music. So
awesome. Thing fire.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, and you all take care out there. Peace.
Peace.